Welcome to Chapter 7, Section 1. Students, we are talking about angles of polygons. I need you to open your textbook to page 360. You're going to have to go ahead and copy down the theorem for Theorem 7.1, the Polygon Interior Angles Theorem, and do a better job with the handwriting than I did. The key formula here is that the number of sides take away 2 is 180. So pause the video, copy it down, and meet me at number 1 on the bottom of the page. Here we have a coin with 11 sides. We want to know the sum of the interior angles. So we are just plugging in 11 to our formula. 11 is your number of sides. We're going to take away 2, and then we're going to multiply by 180. 9 times 180. I'm going to use a calculator. You're more than welcome to do mental math if you want to. 1,620 degrees. Do not forget the degree symbol. It is a degree. You need to write it. All right. Go ahead and take a look at page 361. There's that corollary, which is just, we know that all angles in a triangle add up to 180. Well, the corollary to Theorem 7.1 is that all angles in a quadrilateral add up to 360. So pause the video, go ahead, copy down the corollary so you know what this 360 is in reference to. And then we're going to go down to the bottom of the page and use some algebra skills to solve numbers 2 and 3. All right, so you should have copied down the corollary so you know what 360 refers to. Number 2, the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex polygon is 1,440 degrees. Classify the polygon by the number of sides. Oh, so we don't know the number of sides. We just know that the sum of all the interior angles add up to 1,440 degrees. So we're going to make a formula to solve. The quantity of n minus 2 times 180 is equal to 1,440. Now, if you need a refresher on Algebra 1, here you go. We're going to, in this case, we're going to divide first. So we're going to divide 180 on both sides. Notice I'm keeping the degree symbol here. In the algebra part, you don't need to, but you do need to remember that you might need it in the answer. But 180 degrees over 180 degrees, everything cancels out. 1,440 degrees over 180. Actually, the degrees cancel out, the zeros cancel out, and 18 goes into 144 8 times. Now that's, the parentheses don't matter in this case, equals n minus 2. Let's add 2 to both sides. Oh, so this is an Pentagon. How many sides does this polygon have? It has 10, and that actually has a special name. So make sure you write it down. It's a decagon. And there's your answer. So if we do know the sum of the interior angles for polygon, we can actually then go backwards and find out how many sides, in other words, what type of polygon that was. And likewise, those algebra brains better be on. This says, find the measure of the interior angles of a quadrilateral. Oh, well, not find them, but eventually we're going to find them. They are x degrees, 3x degrees, 5x degrees, and 7x degrees. So what do the interior angles of a quadrilateral add up to? Hopefully you said it right, 360. So we know that all these angles are, this is their ratio. There's x, 3x, 5x, and 7x. They all equal 360 degrees. So let's go ahead and add this together. 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 plus 7 is 16x degrees equals 360 degrees. All right, the degrees really don't matter in this case. We could just divide by them. That's just some math terms. Actually going to use that in chemistry. We'll divide both sides by 16. We have 1x on this side, and x equals 22.5. That's what x equals, but that doesn't answer our question. Go back and read the question. Find the measures of all the interior angles. Find the measures. Okay, so I know one. So the first one is 225 degrees. Actually, I'm not going to use this because that's kind of silly. I'm just going to make a list. So the second one is 3 times this. So 3 times 22.5 is 67.5. Don't forget the degrees. The next one's 5 times 22.5. And then finally, the last one is 7 times 22.5. And I'm going to let you answer that one on Edpuzzle. Okay. When you're done with that, go ahead and copy down the drawings and the vocab for equilateral polygon, equiangular polygon, and regular polygon. And guess what? A polygon can be equiangular and not equilateral. Keep that in mind. When you're done with that, go ahead and turn the page with me. Lot of vocab, a lot of things we're doing, but they're all related. And I'm just helping you through them. You're going to have time to process yourself. We're on page 362. I'm going to do number 4, and you're going to need to copy down the drawing with me. Number 4 pertains to the drawing on the left in the margin. You do need to draw it down. Do not just watch me. Math is not a spectator sport. This is not fantasy football. This is not watching football on the couch. You are participating by doing so that you can do it on your own without moi. Oops, sorry, P. S and T, and we do know that S and T are congruent. Okay, so we have to find the measure of angle S and the measure of angle T. Okay, so there's my answer key. I'll figure it out. All right, so what is this? Well, it's a pentagon. These are interior angles, and so all the interior angles of a pentagon have to add up to what? Well, 5 minus 2, right? 5 for the pentagon. That's 3 times 180. That's 540 degrees. Okay, so they have to all add up to 540 degrees. Well, what has to add up to 540 degrees? Well, 93 plus 156 plus 85. And you know what? We got 2 angles here. We know they're the same. Let's say we have 2 x's. Okay, let's combine these terms. I'm using my calculator over here. You should be doing the same on your own. We get 343 degrees. Take it away from 540. And we get 206 degrees is equal to 2x degrees. So divide both sides by 2, and x is equal to, well, 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 6 3 times, 103 degrees. Oh, and wait, so that means that I actually found out what both of them are. So let's go back to my answer key, my legend, and I can fill in both answers. You need both answers. All right, we're actually going to skip number 5 and then go ahead over, oh wait, no, before we go to number 6 though, bottom of page 362, you need to copy down Theorem 7.2 and then answer my Edpuzzle before you move on, my question before you move on. And now that you did, we are on number 6. A convex hexagon has exterior angles with measures of those. What is the measure of the 6th vertex? Okay, it's a hexagon, so it has 6 sides, which means it has 6 angles, which means it has 6 exterior angles. And so we know that they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, plus we need the last exterior angles, and all exterior angles of a polygon add up to, you answered it already, right? 360 degrees. So let's combine like terms. I'm going to use a calculator. I suggest you do the same. That's 283, 360, take away 283. So x equals 77 degrees. And that is my sixth exterior angle because they all add up to 360. All right, you're obviously going to have some practice problems. Let me know if I need to clarify anything from this video when we have class.